What a crazy ending for the Missouri-Kansas State game as Missouri walks it off with a 61-yard field goal from Harrison Mevis. That is not what I thought was going to happen and play out at that end of the game. And one of the things that we said leading into this week is that this game was going to be a lot closer than many would have anticipated. A lot would have saw that you got a ranked team playing against an SEC team that has struggled over the past couple of years, and it might be a little bit of a blowout in favor of Kansas State. But instead, one of the things that I talked about this week is that Missouri is a strong defensive team. They got after Will Howard and they created a ton of disruption that allowed them to be in a position to win this football game. Main takeaway that I have from this, separate from some thoughts on the Big 12, Luther Burden is a freaking star. If he is not on the field for this game, say he went out with an injury or just wasn't available, didn't exist, was not on this Missouri roster, there is a completely different outcome for this game. He put the team on his back. He was wide open in the beginning of the game because he creates separation that easily. And then that later touchdown that he scored to take a simple pass at the line of scrimmage, deke out in and out of lanes to pick up even more yardage and then lead his way into the end zone. This guy is not only a talented deep threat, but he is also an after the catch threat every single time he touches the football. I know he's only a sophomore, but in the 2025 NFL draft, he without a doubt is going to be in the conversation as one of the top three receivers. And I think that this is a bona fide first round pick. I've seen enough talented receivers over the past couple of drafts. He has every attribute you look for in an impactful player that will create you opportunities to score every single time he touches the football. Again, huge freaking credit to Luther Burden because he won them that football game. Hell of a game. My big, though, takeaway here, because we have a ranked team getting upset and losing, I think that it's pretty clear now that the Big 12 is extremely top heavy, and we might even find out later on that it's even more top heavy. And what I mean by that is we know how good Texas is. We know that Texas, if they finish the season strong, they can be a college football playoff team. But Kansas State was in that top three conversation for the conference. They were in that position to be one of the final two teams playing in the Big 12 championship game. But the way that they were exposed by Missouri makes it pretty clear that, one, they're not going to be in the conversation, and two, there is a massive amount of separation between them and Texas. What we do need to figure out is, where does Oklahoma fit in this equation? Is Oklahoma going to be right up there with Texas if they can pull out their own big dominant signature win this year? They're not tested as much as Texas was against Alabama. So we're not going to get that much of an opportunity until these two teams face off with one another. But as of right now, I can say that Texas looks heads further and better than all of the other Big 12 teams that have struggled in non-conference games thus far this year. I mean, one thing, and I tweeted this out, as soon as Kansas State plays Texas, I forget which week that is exactly, but that could be a bloodbath. Kansas State's secondary got cooked by Luther Burden. He was having his way in this entire game. For the fact that Texas has Xavier Worthy and Adonai Mitchell, and what they did against Alabama's secondary, which is a lot better, it could be a really freaking long day for Kansas State. That game could be very, very lopsided. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm wrong about the Big 12? What do you think of Luther Burden? Drop it in the comments and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check out Bet Online for all of your sports betting needs. For anything that I do betting related, I go on over to betonline.ag and I use promo code BELIEVE50. BetOnline has all of the latest updated odds for the NFL and college football seasons. Anything you need, whether it's futures, live in-game betting, no matter what, your football betting needs are met at BetOnline. And again, make sure you use that promo code BELIEVE50, BLEAV50 to get a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.